No, I think it's up. No. Oh. It's on there now. Coca-Cola. Can't get rid of that. Alrighty, let me just check something. Here we go. Looks like it's all going on. Now then, does that chat work? We'll find out at some point, I guess. Well, start recording anyway and get some good footage for all sorts of stuff. I'm sure we can see that. Okay, cool. I'm going to go with it. So, scenery, 40mm deep desk. It's going to fit. This is going to fit. Got 20 models to put all over here. So, once my cursor works, I just back out a bit. This one hasn't got the chat on, but the other fade will, and I'll come in, and if people start going, people start chatting, I'll leave the other one on. You don't have to look at me. But here we go. This is it. This is what I'm going to magnetize. You've got printed terrain here, like so. FDM printer, not resin. And then you've got the old foam. Good stuff, both. Either one of them. Amazing. Printers are insane. What you're able to do with foam and stuff is... that's pretty insane too. Pretty cool, but here we go. We have 20 or so of these boys. This sort of size, people. This is what we're talking about. Don't know if you can see that very well, but that's what we got. And some of the other things you might not see, and if you have been watching the videos, you're watching this back even if it's not live, but you're just watching the edited version. Thank you for keeping up and watching. Just means it's somebody's getting something out of it, right? Here we go. My favourite ones. I think these came out really well. I mean, I painted 20 miniatures in round about 4 hours. That's insane for me, not including drying times. Here at the Dungeon Den, it's pretty chilly. As you can see, I've got gear under my overalls, shirts, nice warm jumper, and some good Dickies overalls, and it's just about keeping me warm. So, without further ado, this is all going to fit on. What I am going to do, have a quick look at, is take some of these when I can reach over, because I've set everything up so badly. It is what it is. I'm limited, guys. I'm aware of that. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, you need to see the big things. You need to see the big guys. Big guys on the bears. Yeah, they're on bears. They're bear riders. So, it gives you a good idea, just roughly, like, dry fitting this, what I'm doing. And I know that I can get all the big stuff. At least one size. Well, that's the size of 2 normal miniatures just about in space, which is pretty cool. Which means I now know that dependent on how you have the terrain formed, the scenery moved around, all these places where a base is touching, I can have a magnet. Maybe we'll see how cool it can get. Like what sort of angles, how rough of that's plaster. I might not get through that. Not quickly anyway. But on here, look. I mean, you're playing D&D and your boys are jumping up on top of the scenery and it's magnetised, so you know you're not going to get a knock or anything bad. I know players that will be appreciative of that for sure. Let me tell you. So there's plenty. And what my plan is, I've not tried this before. Now I know magnets and magnets make. I've built lots of Warhammer. Always been better at the building than I have the painting. It's taken me some time, but I still don't know everything. But we're going to see if these magnets will fit to... I bought some sticky pads. You can get like magnetic trays. I was thinking of sticking them down on the shelving, then putting these stick pad magnets on underneath all of the made miniatures, and to stop them from moving. Then that's when I was like, just do the diorama. Just do what people have been doing forever, like Warhammer companies, the top painters and scenery builders. Like Den of Imagination. There's loads, won't come to my head. It is what it is. When they do, I'll be writing loads of links down. I'm just learning to use technology, so you're going to have to bear with me. That'll be whatever that is. Oh. Interesting. Little fox. Little fox jab. Hello, stranger. Very good. Hang on one moment. Let me fade into there, and I wonder if that chat is coming up live. I noticed last time. Seen it on a few things. People talking. Some people like the change-ups for the views and zooms and be able to see what each other are saying and it coming up as well. So just playing around with it. But I am old and I do have to lean forward to see that. But yeah, that's what I'm getting to. Magnets. So hopefully these sticky pad magnets, anything that I'm going to use or put down, I will get to and start doing that sometime this week and next week. But I'm still trying to pump out lives and edit videos. Blah, 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 blah. These are the magnets I'm going to use. So I'm going to get on with it. I'm going to just choose a piece of tray now. I can move all this. I've done my dry measuring. I know it fits on the shelf depth and width. He says the printed tray and the plastic tray is going to be interesting putting magnets into these. Early on, these are from Printable Scenery. And I really like the idea of printable scenery because it should fit with Warlock tiles, which I've paid for and bought. They are really good, but what, it comes at a cost. But they use like these Dragon Z tiles, and they're really good and really strong. My prints aren't good enough to take these, which is going to be a bummer for coming to second story stuff. But as it is for bottom and ground terrain anyway, I plan on making all those magnetizable so you can just wang the dungeons together in no times, or scenery or housing or whatever it is you're using scenery wise. But we'll see how these goes. I'm interested, but let's massacre the first one first. I'm going for this one. It's my least favourite part of the train. Literally took about 3 minutes, as you can tell, but it looks good enough for scenery, and that's always what we're talking about. Yeah, me. I've got to make that bigger. I can't see that chat. It's frustrating. What do you think, Jem? Do you think with the chat, when there's a few people, or with the bigger, or just, I don't know, just keep playing around with it every 10 minutes? But I don't know. Not like that, the chat. Anyway. Magnets. I've got two sizes. Got two sizes. I ain't gonna lie. Don't know which one to choose, but I'll tell you what. I can't even remember what size they are. I think they're 3x4s. They're the smaller ones. And that's tipped as well. Right. It's gonna keep them on, well on, and not move from any sort of nudging. When they're not defying gravity, that is. In real time, I hope I can actually get stuff done. Something to show you in time. Or to show anybody in time. Sure I will. Chat's great, but need. Chat is great, but needs to be bigger. Interesting. I'll play about with it. Be interested. Are you seeing this from a computer, Gem, or from a phone or a tablet? I'm intrigued. Anyway, what's going on? I think what I am going to use is these size magnets. They're pretty tough. I think it's like 10 quid for all these magnets though, not many. But I'm doing this with these models because these are those Hall of the Orc that I've just finished and speed painted, and the video is coming up tomorrow, premieres tomorrow at 8. So I've preset that and done everything, so that should just do everything on its own now. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to cheat because I don't like messing about. Right, I'm just going to burn the magnet hole out. No games. With one of these burners, it's like a hot wire cutter as well. 8 quid off Amazon. Plugs in, really good, really dangerous too. Don't leave them about lying around. It's bad enough for adults like me. I've burnt myself loads. And that is going to get warm. There's no doubt about it. And I'll set the glue gun up straight after, possibly. Put that on there, not burn anything or anyone. The Dungeon Den, the studio, it's where I can do everything, host everything. I've not got enough plugs. It's a real thing, man. Run out of plugs. Okay, that can just wait. I think what I'll do is I'll look around, I'll burn magnet-sized holes in everywhere where I could get the models on all these pieces first, on all the foam, and then I'm just going to go about, glue all the magnets in. The Z's going off. I'm going to be looking into the printed terrain, and see how that goes. I might have to drill. I don't know if it's going to melt. It's also delayed. Chat is also delayed. Okay. We'll see. We'll see if I can iron that out. I'm surprised I've got it in, to be fair. I probably couldn't remember how to do it again either. So carry on. How warm is this? Is this metal heating time yet? Let's have a look. He's on, which means a big boil gun, which means turn it on. Very important. Turn your stuff on. It helps. It's because I'm talking, just rambling now. Swipe my PC. Kids. What are they like? I hope that's it. Oh, hang on, I can try something just to see myself what's. You need more plugs. Yeah, I need more plugs. Story of my life. I've got a few, I've got loads. I think I've got about 12 plugs in use. One wonders if he's broken the one wonders if it even plugged in properly. So I'm going for, I think if I can get away with it, do two pretty closely. Like I said, these are those Epic Encounter miniatures. They're insanely sturdy. I like miniatures like these because I have players at the table, mentioning no names. So these are pretty cool. Ah, here we go. I can smell the heat. A child said that to me the other day. She said, I can smell the heat, Daddy, of a crisp. I thought, wow, okay, impressive. Thought she'd lost her mind, but I kind of get it. So just with the end, there we go, let's move all this stuff out the way. I don't know if you can see that, I'm burning it. Looking at the miniature, and just with the end, barely touching it. The hotter it gets, the quicker it burns. So that's one guy on there, and I'm thinking, I'm thinking another guy's going to get on here. See? Touch it in. Up here, burn everything. Give it a little wiggle. Let it go. Now in case there's a small guy on it, we'll make as much room. Very quick. Dip in and out. Don't know if you can see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. And then I'm just burning the hole a little bigger, touching it. Definitely. Let's see if these magnets will go in. The small one's perfect. It's quite a big magnet. I think where there's a bit of debris, because I should be able to wang glue straight over the top of this and then more flock. Just spray it on, and it should be fine. But I'm going to put it to the test. So here we go. It's more the size. These are big magnets. We don't realise. Wow. There we go. That's one. You just want to, don't push real hard. Try not to get too many strings as well. I don't know if you can see the size. They look pretty big. And if you do have little people around. Just be careful. Yeah, this stuff stinks. I can taste it. Just to remember. Probably telling myself that more so I can listen to that back with my kids, but no. If anyone's interested, my daughter beat me again today. Best out of 3 Pokemon. You gotta love card games. And I was trying. It's her birthday soon. Forget how old that one is. She's 8 or 9. When you're big enough and you watch that mirror, I'll laugh. Here we go. Just make sure that they all sit in. They're a little deep, that's fine. Just make sure that they do get in though. These holes are scarily massive. Scarily massive, but it's okay. Glue and flock. There can't be an easier thing to have a go at. To mess up. It's okay. As long as they are going to go in. Which is really cool. So here's a lot of magnets so that'd be 6 on the head of that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You're going to use about 17 magnets minimum just for that. And I don't want them all to be the big ones because I'm wanting the big ones for the terrain. That's what I want the big magnets for. But to begin with. So I might put 2 big ones in. Glue 2 big ones into this one. And then small ones. I guess this... Oh, there we go. Strong magnets. Ping, ping, pinging together. Oh. Need to use my... mini. Hey Jem, if you need to use my mini to play with magnets, do so as I'm redoing her since Blade snapped. Say what? That could well be me just... What do you mean by that? Sorry, I've just seen it as well. I'm rambling and trying to actually do something in the video. But yeah, now I'm just going to pick them up and I'm going to put holes in it. A big one if I can get away with it, but a couple of these small ones as well. Magnet wise, the minimum I'm going to need is 4 in each of these for me, and that would still leave room to make use or try and print something that's going to hold certain things together when they're not on the floor. But I just don't think one magnet's gonna be enough. I think we're going to need 2 for that. It could be wrong. Could be wrong. Doing like a little breathing technique as well. Yeah, it doesn't want to get through the plaster. I'll leave that like that because why not? Only got a certain time. Look, I'm just picking them up now and going for it. Just keep picking the base up. This guy now and again. Just to get areas. I mean, it looks pretty cool on your shelf as well. If you haven't got room, it can tighten things up a bit. You know, it helps. Definitely taking years off my life through, well, the building trade, never mind this. This ain't going to be helping. Breathing in like mother's milk. Right, I'm going to try one in here. I am. Hopefully the flock doesn't set on fire. I don't think it will. So I've got water or juice or something I can use. We're okay. But this is really quick. I mean, if you've done scenery and I don't know, if you do scenery and you're a little worried about it because you don't do a lot of it, if you've done the scenery and you've got something ready, you'll probably get to the same stage quite easily. This is just melting foam, no pressure. So even if you balls it up, going really bad, you generally stick stuff back together and foam back together and everything. So it's not like printing something or making something delicate and then turning around to put it safely on the shelf and then hitting the shelf and dropping it and it smashing to bits. If that was happening to people with stuff, that's frustrating. I don't know who that would happen to. So I do get the fear, but we can't be scared. We just got to go down and get it done. It'd be nice to have the time and actually be really good at stuff. But this is about getting the terrain on and not worrying, because we can come back to any of the terrain I've ever built and keep going and keep adding, and it's great enough for the tabletop games I play at the Dungeon Den with my people. So I know it's tabletop standard, and that's why I want to get across to people in general. It's okay, just do it. It's good. Right, those holes are in there. I'm going to start sticking these magnets in. I'm going to heat up the glue gun. Look at this. Putting away a hot iron. If put it somewhere safe, not on wires. Oh, it's a short lead. Make sure you're always doing it on stuff that can't knacker. Like that. Move this flock. Get the flock out of here. Get the flock out of here. It's not funny. Can't really see. Not to sound dumb, but are you checking north and south of the magnets? It'd be mint if I actually put the magnets in, but I haven't put them in yet. But yeah, they'll be. I'll show you how I do stuff. Once this glue's hot enough, my aim, put the glue in, get the guy with the magnet, get the guy with the magnet. Get the guy with the magnet. Put the magnet on. Stick it in. Pull it off. Like, you can have it all attached. I'd spent hours doing this for Warhammer models. down to the arms, this sort of size with tiny mill magnets and stuff. What? And the polarity, I get you, I hear you. It was a nightmare. But I will keep this on me, and I'll keep checking that it's always going down, so the bottom's always going in on whichever one it is. And safe to say, you just it's simple, man. Just make sure you do one that everyone can fit to. But do check them, because you're right, it's just as easy. I'm making big noises here about how good I am and how that's not going to happen, and he'll probably might jinx me. It's okay. It's okay. I appreciate you enough to, not let that be a thing. That's okay then. The glue gun's taken a while to glue. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not quick enough. But it will give me. Just make sure I plug that in properly. I didn't plug that in either. What are you gonna do? Nothing, I guess. Here we are. Wait for that to go. Really am interested in just seeing the best way with these. I mean, I could melt it a little bit and then just stick a big barrel magnet in some of the edges. I don't know. I mean, the designs are cool enough, and those edges actually came with ends as well to print out. That's another thing, printing. Gotta have stuff, gotta get on with it, and more stuff to do, which I will. I'll be noisy. No live though when the printers are going. Both printers, Roy's printer, resin printer, my printer. Should be fun. I'm thinking I might just. And they will need burning, that's for sure, or drilling. Way signs of life with the glue. They're pretty strong, I'll give them that. I wonder if they're going to pull out of the. Keyboard getting covered in glue. You know what it is? I'm a lefty. What's happening? Strings of glue everywhere. Just get it in. All that glue will burn off all the strings. It's okay, it doesn't matter, just get it everywhere, it's okay. It'll all come off. Just don't get the glue gun everywhere. Or stick your glue onto it. and put it somewhere out of the way so we can see as well. And the holes are big considering these some little ones I'm deciding to put in just because. So now I'm going to need, hurry up, 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. So if I keep 24 back, then I know what's up. I might have to pull one of these out just to make sure that that's like so. It's nice and soft. If I do it 3 or 4 times, it won't go back in. That glue is still nice and soft and getting ready. Get one in there. Oh, it's got a bit hot. No pushing with those ones. Pull this off. I mean, it's so easy to cover all your mistakes. A bit of glue and flock just changes everything. I'll go same again. Tiny little dab. And, oh, like a cake cup. No, fill it to the top but don't pour it over, I guess is what good people do. I don't know. I'll just try and make things go together. Perfect. Like that. Way too much glue. Don't know what anyone was thinking. Who puts that much glue into something? It's ridiculous. It's way too much. No. Try and just make sure that they are straight to what they are. Just push it to one side or the other. And a bit like, just getting them in, slightly out, slightly over. Let that glue settle, and then all I'm going to do is slide them off. I'm not going to like yank them, I'm going to slide them away. Take a good one. Check the polarity every time. I'm making sure that the magnet's on and that it's always the same way. Ka-ching, ka-ching. See. I'm yabbering, not putting glue on. Put some glue on. A lot of glue. Nobody cares. Check polarity again. It's too good. Alright. The Fox jam has made me paranoid about polarity. It's a good thing. It's a good thing though. I'll be checking now like losing my mind. But we are going. Hopefully, yeah. Just keep little eyes on them. Don't let stuff try and mug you off. You know, gotta keep your eye on it, on the game. Don't get my eye on anything. Right. Let's keep going. Let's get these 4 up. I think okay, cool. I'm going to leave that on and show what that's all about. Because I made a boo-boo, but it's cool. It's like a 2-second fix. But I'll show all that. I'll just keep going and try and get everything else sorted. Using the right hand. Oh my word, that was terrible. Here we go. But just get it in. It's okay. I love that I can't see what I'm doing. Don't know why. Is it the light or is it just me being a bit... Could be any, could be either, but it's all getting covered. Really doesn't matter. And it needs to be covered or else you pull it clean out like that. So we'll see if some more glue will go into there. They're probably not in deep enough. The big ones. See, I pulled on one, it was fine the first time, second time it pulled out, but I haven't actually put glue on top of it or anything yet. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. They are all sticking in. There's a few more to do on there. I'll get them done in a minute. Let some of these dry. Like so, nice and easy. You can see that on there. Let me switch Rooney. You're welcome. I think I do need a TV closer or my eyesight to be better. This is my printers as backup too. Got you. Nice one. Appreciated. This magnet here and this magnet here is slightly proud. That one's staying in, that's fine. That one's going to get glued again in a second or a minute or whatever. This one is high. Yeah, I glued it thinking there was one underneath it. There wasn't, so I'll just pull that out, clean that magnet in a minute. I'm throwing all these magnets that I'm taking off together though, by the way. Clean, cleanish, gonna work. May work, may not. Not the prettiest, but they're gonna get covered. They're gonna get covered, people. I don't know what else to say. Don't worry about it. Just do it. Stick it on your other tray and it'll stay like that as well. It's a slide that's in there. That's going to cover up nice. I'm going to be interested to see how well they do glue once a bit's gone on. You go again, it's just big bubble on that slide. It's worked. One's worked. One's glued to another bit, which means that when I pull it, it might break it, but no, got away with it. There's just lumps of glue, they'll carve and cut or just cover. It really doesn't matter. I can't stress how much it's it's not going to be an issue. And we're getting it done. I've nearly been an hour. And to be fair, whether I can get stuff touched up and whatever, I'm not too sure. But I mean, you go. So that's your normal model on a cheap. I say cheap, nothing's really cheap, but a sticky pad. I think magnets are more expensive, but this is designed to go on your shelf, and just when you're moving it and pulling it, it's not like knocking everything over. But yeah, I've got a magnet on a bigger one. So he's a bigger boy, one of my favourites. If you know this guy, so here we go. Let's stick him on the same one. And already, ooh, I don't know. I mean, it's on. Yeah, on the smaller magnets, a big boy not going to take in. These bigger magnets, polarity just. So a couple of magnets on the base of here as well for big riders. Interesting though, and that may be because of bad placement and weight. So be interesting to find out. Like, it's going to stop him from knocking off, but if you really wang it like that, it's going to come off. But it's going to be interesting. When I cover this, if it does the same. These are pretty strong magnets. Clearly, if you use the magnets themselves, like these, or even smaller, instead of the pads, that's going to connect through everything. That'll connect through, well, it's not going to connect through that cardboard, but that'll go through everything. But these sticky pads, it's going to be interesting because they stick. He's on. He's not falling off he might fall off by accident on that one. Interesting. We'll see. We'll see. But I am going to keep going because the worst case scenario is this solid cheaper scenery can stay like this and just get some sort of magnetism which can go onto table pads or whatever, or onto here. But if I was recommending this to somebody else now, if you're going to go magnetized, magnet to magnet, proper magnet to magnet is what I'm getting from this. I mean, this will be fine, and eventually I could probably do that. Might do, might not. Don't know. We'll see. But we'll still see if the principle works with it. Who knows? And smaller magnets. Could you make it 2 magnets deep into the scenery? Yeah, you could. Well, you could easily. You can put as many magnets as you want, but for me, with the magnets being, they're not cheap until you need 200. Then they start getting expensive. If you've got the money, absolutely. But as long as you've got a strong enough magnet, these size, I think they're 5. I think these big ones are 5x4, and they're really good for just about anything, unless you were doing like a Warhammer knight or something, or wings like Mortarion. I remember the magnets like this in Warhammer. They were amazing. They stuck everything to everything. But then when you got a model with size and weight, even those magnets were bad because of the sliding factor on it. But just to strengthen it, magnification. I don't think 2 magnets make That one's stronger, do they? Do they? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I'll try it. I'll see what happens. I'll go too deep on this next one here, and we'll see what happens. I mean, magnet to magnet just is insanely strong. Just to get that across. Like, if you put magnets, like, I probably would pay for the magnets and do it if it was Warhammer or somebody, or the player. Jem, your model may get a magnet, so that's proper stuck for sure. I thought they would, but I'm not a scientist. Me neither. We'll try it. The whole point of it, plenty of time, and then we'll know, kind of, one way or the other. It's interesting though. I mean, like, they don't not work. They're just not great. A magnet to magnet is always going to work. Like, I mean, you can just see how they're stuck on. I'm just pulling these off now. That one's glued onto another one. Like that. Right. And you would have to trim all the glue. Definitely got to trim the glue. Whereas magnet to magnet, you're going to get away with that. Especially because it'll be a thinner output in. But you're going to have to drill magnets. So get a flatter magnet. There you go. A wider, flatter magnet. Let's try going too deep. I don't think it's a thing, but we're going to try it. We're going to find out here on the Dungeon Den. If nobody else is going to tell us, we're going to find out for ourselves. Glue gun's given up. My glue gun didn't give up at all. What? It's just gone everywhere. And this is a reality, but it's okay. It's no drama because this is actually really easy. But blue roll, just have it everywhere. Don't wipe it with the skin of your fingers because it burns and it's warm and it's sticky. And then you get a bit to your fingers and you got to pull it off. And then don't put it somewhere else where somebody else is going to get stuck to it. 2 magnets in. I've gone deep. We've gone deep. Polarity. I was getting excited, Gemma. Going 2 in. It could be the melting of the skin. It puts lotion on. I'm not getting in there with that. Gone too deep on that bad boy. I don't know what it means or what's going to happen. But I'm more than happy of using these smaller ones because ultimately, and we're going to find out, I am going to drill into a bigger model as well if I get the time. This is all about the magnets, all about trying to put that quick diorama together to keep stuff neat, tidy, representing. So we are. I'm going to find my drill bit. I'm going to make it work one way or the other because they will be way stronger. I mean, smaller one to small one might be a bit of width on this. This is the bigger base. I'll tell you, we'll be talking 50 mil. Yeah, 50 mil base. But we'll see. We'll get it sorted. Let that one dry out. Right. Big guy. I mean, even big guy's all right on there until you tilt it. I mean, it nearly takes a knock. But, I mean, for scenery and moving, and it's when I tilt it, it's going to lose its... It will. That's not safe on there, like... Well, it still holds, but... Not how I'd want it to, even. And I think it's because the sticky pads are pretty cool. I put some on the bottom of my dry brushing, my Army Painter wet palette that I turned into a dry brushing thing as well. I've got some pads on the bottom and I stick that to my desk with them, and they're alright, but I mean that's okay in my eyes. I will buy you magnets if it doesn't. No. It's all about the fun. I'm having fun and learning, and I feel like I'm getting away with it a bit because it is a pretty live showing. But if you don't know, you don't know, and if somebody's gonna mess up, I'll mess up, and we can just see. Because for me, it's just not a big deal. It's fun, and ultimately, if we do get away with stuff or learn stuff, that is what it's about. It's just being creative. Read the slogans. That's what I'm about. Anyway, I'm too excited now. I want that glue to go off so I can try sticking the other stuff on. But if I give myself 5 minutes and find a drill, let me find the drill. The old Warhammer drill. I remember what it looks like. It's like a little black one. Maybe it's in the old Warhammer box. Some paint in here. Some old paint in here. I've got just too much paint in here. I'll just get handfuls of Games Workshop. Ooh! Whoa, that's dry. We need some magnets to sweeten that. Cacophony, watercolour. I can't quite. It's like a purpley pink water. What a corker that is. I have to fish through some of these and texture paints. Right, all sorts of paints, but what I'm not seeing is a drill. Not the type of drill I'm after. I don't know. What's that eyeliner? Oh. Means nothing. Oh, okay. Adeptus Mechanicus. Somebody has just bought my old Admech Army on my eBay store, so if for some crazy instance you watch this or have watched this or will watch this, I'm going to get in touch with you and I'm going to say, hey, I'll see if I can send these out to you because I'm cool. Put them there so don't forget. It's on camera now as well, live footage. Thank you for that. I hope you have fun with them models and manage to continue or finish them. The Admech stuff, wow, I got that 7 or 8 years ago now. I can't even remember. Like I can't remember when I was painting Admech and trying to paint Admech, but I was building scenery and stuff really. But modelling them. Hang on 2 seconds, please, people. 2 moments. Hello? Hearing things. I'm going to go off shop though because I can't promote anything I drink, I think. I don't know. Maybe I should read into the rules a bit more. really, really don't know how that works, to be fair. Eyeliner from your emo face. Yeah. Oh, hang on. More magnets and LEDs and big flat batteries. Because I was gonna. Hey, this changes the game. Got a few more of these biggies in here. Wow, spent the tiny magnets. Oh, they're blades. Right, guys, I cannot find my. Oh, careful you don't stab yourself and stuff. I cannot find. Me thingy. I think that's a cleaner for the airbrush. Did you get on with your airbrush? Have you done anything with your airbrush yet? I have to use a Dremel. Although I would like to know where that hand drill is. What do you call it? One Citadel one, because it's pretty cool actually. Okay. Let me turn the glue gun off for a second because it stinks. I can smell it. And uno momento. I thought I had tidied all this. I've tidied it a couple of times. I don't know why everybody else's place is like, but in my place of work, it's either really tidy or absolutely bombed. And right now, believe it or not, it's really, really tidy. You don't want to see it bombed. Well, I may have to get a bit more medieval. I may have to use the Dremel. The only problem is I have semi-packed stuff away. Look at this. Here we go, folks. Just to show you the reality of stuff. Behind the curtain there is nothing but tools, models, paints, tubs, stuff that I need to use. And I had organised it. But now I believe I have not organised it that well. Interesting. Okay. I'm really going to have to look for some stuff. Considering my I bought like a cheaper Dremel thing with a load of bits. I literally had that in a bag in my hand 2 days ago. It's okay. Adapt and overcome. Are you staying on there like that? We'll put yeah. I mean, I don't know. Oh, wait. Is that the one that had the 2 in? I mean, he holds on. Oh, big boy. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. Is this right, science? Maybe right there, Jem. I mean, it's on. It's on. I mainly want to use for printing model. Get you to teach me basics. Oh, for the airbrush. Okay, I got you. I need to make that bigger so I can see what's happening. Sorry, I'm missing what's happening in chat whilst I'm babbling. Yeah. I should try and have a beat through the headphones. It's originally what I was wanting to do.
I've seen you live, dude. So I'm not going to come through. I'm off to Manchester, so we'll catch you Saturday.
Okay, so what do we think? What do I think? I think that's really cool. I'm going to try it again. That's what I think. I'll put it in. I'll try it again. Interesting. Let's stick. I mean, this is the thing. These pads are like so way cheaper, but not good enough. Not good enough. So, just gonna try. Oh, that's got a cog on the bottom of it, like embossed. So, I should be pretty good at getting that in. Gee, my word. There we go. It was nowhere near the middle before. It's in between. It doesn't look in the middle on that, but I assure you the cogs are spaced evenly. This is interesting. Here we go. I'm full of random knowledge. I do feel confident in my magnet theory. There we go. I mean, this is a heavier model, so there's a possible chance. So the thing is, the two magnets is way better. It held matey way better. I wonder what's better, to put two magnets in the scenery and a pad on people, or just put one magnet in the scenery and one magnet on the base. It depends, it's what you want to do. But that is holding, like it's going to take, it's moving. But it is going to take a knock flat. Can't hold it with the pad. Can't hold it with the pad, but it is going to take, it's on, it's going to take a knock. It's going to, we're quite fortunate, or I'm fortunate here, I built this table solid. It's not, my table has not been designed for looks, it's been designed for sturdiness. It's a big heavy table, but even when it takes a knock, big knock, there's not much vibration, so I'm lucky. So this is way enough. You can see it shaking and rattling around there. I mean, it's moving, it's trying to come off, but it works. I mean, it's fine. Are you a careful type of person? Aren't you a careful type of person? Right. So I think with Little Fox Gem. I never realised it said Little Fox Gem before. The hell did I think it said? I don't know what. Of course it's Little Fox Gem. Of course it's Little Fox Gem. Little Fox's Gem knowledge. We're going to go. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to double up because why not? Plus it's buying me a little bit of time. A little bit of time to remember where my tools are so I can do my shit, or another way to force stuff into them. But that's what I'll do. Oh, I'm knocking stuff over for fun. Like that. Saying that, we do have to cover them in flock and stuff as well, so interesting. Glue this glue gun back in, and I'm going to pad everyone up because ultimately I guess it's just the idea of it happening. We can make it work. It does work. Ish. Be more careful, I think, for me as well about being bothered about putting stuff in the middle. I do like to just get on with it and make it work because it's good fun and get stuff done. I'm amazed by these speed paints, so for somebody who can't learn the time it's needing to take to paint properly, I'm impressed with the speed paints. I can't paint 20 models in 4 hours. I can with speed paints. That's nuts. I think I'm going to do a box of Hell Blasters next as a video after the next video. I've got the video coming out about painting these, and then there'll be a video following out some magnetizing and building of stuff, whether it's this, whether it works on from this and becomes something else. But I've got plenty of scenery to build and do and foams, and so that can be like an ongoing project, try and get all the minis dioramaed up like over the course of time. But I've got a box of Hell Blasters, Warhammer, so I might just glue them, magnetize them if needing, for people who are bothered about that side of stuff on miniatures as well. Super glue galore, and paint them with speed paints, the old slap chop. Just see how they look compared to the painstaking hours it took me to paint half a miniature back in the day. Let's see. Right, if I've babbled on enough, is this nice and warm? Let me check. Well, my surname means fox, and my Insta tag for painting. Okay. Okay. Knowing me, you'd probably put your Instagram on the Dungeon Thing group, and I'm either subscribed or I'm not. Tell me and I'll subscribe again. Or subscribe if I haven't. I'm a bad person. I'm a forgetful 42-year-old, 41-year-old, 42 soon, I guess. 42 in May, brother. Anyway, enough of that. What was I doing? Gluing. Let's get these magnets in. But yeah. I think I broke the glue gun. Oh, yeah, I had blocked it. That's okay. Quite puts the lotion on the skin. Nearly put it everywhere then. In my eye, everywhere. Ooh. Tell you what I do need to do is, I think I want to contact somebody like Bardify, see status and music, so I can have some music on the channel. Because I listen to it through my headphones, like my music, because you can't really use too much stuff of anything, to be honest. Okay, 2 up. Two up, glue up. It's okay, comes off nice and easy. Okay, so I've decided. You see, brains. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Well, I'm gonna have to did not do that deep enough. Maybe I can cover it. I don't know. I have to have a word with Gary. Just randomly talking. And say, yo man, media game. I had 2 views tonight. I'm joking, by the way. He's decided to step up and take on it the other day and try and help. So, and it's me pushing, because even if right now it's recording to you, which massively appreciate people on the channel, it can all get edited, and it's just footage as well. So, and gets me finding out how to use everything, which is good fun, just so I can make it better for people to watch, I guess, or easier to watch, easier to hear, easier to understand. You know what I mean. Look, the little guy on there, he's like, can you see he's holding on to life? My whole thing is, I've got to know what's best, and I think it is still magnet to magnet, because I've got an idea of something I'm going to build, which might become something else. Oh. Here we go. Did I say reglue up here? Okay. So anything that is stuck, I've done. Let's load that. If it's in the way, pick it out, cut it out. If it's not, just put some more glue in. Nice and easy. I mean, is that going to come out? I don't know. The train is nice and easy, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's not hard if you... Oh. it's easy to break as well, but printing terrain, it's a nightmare for me extracting stuff, but actually printing it on my printer, I've not had a problem, really. I think it's just, I've been that amazed of like, oi, it's printing something that I've just not been bothered as to whether or not how good it was compared to others, but I do know that it takes a long time to print at the quality of print I do. Which isn't the highest of quality. But that's the whole thing about what I do anyway. Like the tabletop, I'm sure I've never had a complaint, and I've been to a game expo in England, the first console game expo where they held D&D a few years ago, and I took the train there, and people, they were just blown away, and it wasn't to the limit. Some of these YouTube people are just train builders are absolutely insane. There's a shout out to that. They end up going on to model and sculpt stuff like Lord of the Rings and all that. You know, that's amazing. Some people call it Dwarven Forge. I wouldn't know because I don't have any, because I can't afford it, but I would love some. I'd like all terrain, because I am going to do a little video about WizKids terrain as well, because I do like that stuff and the locks do work, and if you've used it, you know. But it's still good fun, the ability to be able to just do what we want with foam, print what we want, magnetize stuff, see what works. That's where it's at. Right. Okay, it's taking the upside down test like a champ. Slide that over. If I can help, I will. Shall I spray it? Yeah, that's a deal. Oh, didn't finish the transfer. That's a deal. Of course, you print some terrain, make a time, bring it over. Bring your airbrush as well. Bring your airbrush, because I've got two hose, room for two on mine, and mine's a quick release. So bring your airbrush, and we'll get you priming in no time. Knowing you, Jimmy, you probably end up using it to paint miniatures. Honestly, once you learn a couple of things, I can use it. I'm not bad at airbrushing. Way better at airbrushing than painting. So whatever that means. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I'll do that. Oh, I don't know if that's just been glued or not been glued. Couldn't tell you. Getting flock everywhere, but it's fine. All my flock I just hoover up, sweep up, put back in like a multi-tub, and then that's an amazing flock to spread down on everything. Right, okay, so it is sticking. The 2-up thing is legit, I think. I think it's legit. I think we've proved that. If you want it to work with complete confidence, then yeah, we're talking magnet to magnet. You've always got magnet to magnet. That's a principle. Whether you're using these pads or the magnets will work better. You will have to true up to give them some sort of magnetism Yes, completely hear you. Completely hear you. And hopefully that's soon. Or comes soon. For sure. I get it. I get it. Yes. How are we going to magnetize these? Well, I'm going to be super crazy, and I'm going to try and melt it. I'm going to see the heat. It'd be good to see how much this cheap wire cutter, the heat it gets to. There's going to be a bit of smelly plastic, I know that. And to be fair, I'm alright with that. Who knows? Be interesting to see. Although I do have to find my drills and my bit. Tell you what, whilst that's warming up, on cardboard, look, nice and safe. You would have thought I would have put it somewhere that I can see. Or I could blame Gary. I could blame Gary for sure. I don't think I can blame anyone though. What sort of heat we're going on to that? None, because I've got to turn it on. Very different doing a train video than doing a painting video, that's for sure. Can I just say that I'm so happy my magnet theory worked. I was worried you would wasted my... It worked, it does, it doubles down on the strength. I mean, it was never going to be a waste of magnets, let's be honest. The auctionman, I'd have just dug them out if it was really that bad. But it does, it has doubled them up. I think if you can, you use magnet to magnet. But for me, this double up, that's more than enough. On what it is doubled up on, and everything else, well, you know, in a game of Warhammer or whatever it is you're playing, if it'll be more realistic when they fall off. Bad jokes, I know, when it comes to miniatures. Like, I mean, oh, and they're not stuck on glue. Yeah, it's working. Ish, that one is it. Interesting. Now then, I know this is working because I can smell it coming off some stuff. So, let's have a look. Oh, would you look at that? It's melting it nicely. Interesting. I mean, this is all going to depend on what you, on how thick your plastic is and how you're printing. And I've done that too big. That was just too much fun. Here, I am Just going to trace the edges off though, because I need the contact to be as level as possible, I would imagine, with this. Well, it helps if you use a sharp blade, but I can't be bothered putting another one in. Guys, don't do it like me at home. Bit of sandpaper would normally go amiss, but I cannot find that box and that's got everything in. Is that printed with PLA or PLA plus? It is. I'll tell you what it is. I think it's some. It is eSun PLA plus. Try and do it to the. Much more awkward doing terrain for some reason. I think I'm trying to get loads of camera angles on as well and do stuff. But yeah, PLA plus, eSun, the exact brand, which has worked out for me pretty well. I did use one for a boat. I was doing a big Spelljammer ship, which would be really cool to get the files for again, because they had all, the guy who had them had all the files. They were really cool ships, but all my file didn't come through properly on it. I was enjoying that print, but I learnt very quickly which plastic I was going to get away with and which plastic I wasn't, that's for sure. Now, I suppose I could use a super glue here. I'll try the super glue on the plastic, makes more sense to me. Unless anybody has any objection. And if you do, I'm not listening for the first attempt. So. I'm currently using Sunny's. Sunless. Sunless. Okay, cool. And where do you get that? Is that, do you get yours from Amazon? I get the PLA. Glue hasn't been used in a while. Right. Strong hands, break the glue off, cut the glue off with a blunt blade, chew it off with my teeth. Where do you get that from? Is that an Amazon thing? Or what colours do you get stuff in as well? Super glue is mint. Just don't get it stuck to your fingers and you're fine. Super glue and baking powder is ridiculously strong compound. Super glue and baking powder is ridiculously strong compound. How would you even know that? What are you making with super glue and baking soda? I need to know. I need to know. I'm just going to drop the super glue into here. Now I'm intrigued. Sorry, I use Sunlow. Okay, alright. Sunlow. I'll People who don't think that glues can get cold as well. Not sure if I've actually just pulled out the magnet that I needed. Here we go. It's bent a bit. That's how I want that. Glue joint. Okay, okay, that's cool. I take it you sand your joints down as well for cosplay then. This is a little slower putting these magnets in, but it's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're in no rush. I mean, I know, you know, being in the building trade, I know there's some glues we've used that will stick stone back to stone, right? But I don't shouldn't be needing that for this. But that's interesting. That's pretty cool for your prints. There we go, some knowledge towards the dungeon den. A nod to Jem. Thank you. Couple of knowledge bombs tonight. Doubling up on magnets seems to work. Seems to be right. But we're not wrong. Might be. Do that and it falls off. I'd be not embarrassed. I'd be laughing. But because it was Little Fox Gem's idea. No. Great idea. Seems to be working. Still do two magnet to magnet for expensive stuff or heavier stuff than that. They're quite nice. This is the heaviest model, and it really doesn't. Oh, I've got 4 of these. It's really not that heavy. It's really not that heavy, but this is okay. This is learning a few things. We're learning a few things. I think I'll pump it to round about the 9 o'clock for tonight, and then that'll do for a live tonight. I can learn what I've used and move forward and create a more well-rounded video of it as well, if possible, or just me making a load of mess again. But to be fair, really, in an hour and a bit, and far too much waffling from me, as always. You know, stuff's on. That could go on the shelf and get a good tap. With the magnets, it seems to be doing all right. Seems to be doing it. And as for the flocking, it's pretty much spraying the PVA on and flocking. Same with the bases. But if this is a if this is a rewatch for anybody at all, write down in the comments stuff that you would like to see, including you, Jen. of anything in particular or any different camera angles that you'd rather see. I am trying stuff around. Like I've got 2 scene setups just to try and focus in on different things. I'll double check where I buy my PLAs. I like to buy bulk as works out cheaper. Yeah, I was buying off Amazon. I was buying the three packs for like the price of 2 or something. I can't. It's been a while since I bought it, which is interesting because it's going to be fun to see if when I whack it up if the colds knackered it. That's another thing in here. When I've not got people around and entertaining them or being a DM, when I'm in here working, there's no heat on. It's cold, so drying times do take a little long. In the summer, it's completely different. It's all open aired out. Drying times are nuts. I can get loads done during the summer, but drying times are just a little longer. But these drying times should be done. That's super glue. And I don't know if you know, but don't put the glue lid on the glue straight away. Let that dry and the glue will disappear so it doesn't glue to the lid. Wow, my font of knowledge is useless. Never mind. Oh, that was good. If you can... I've just put them in, mind you. I haven't tested polarity, so if that disappears with them... Yeah. But oh, that one's a bit harder to pop out. If you melt them, that because I then knew what size magnet I was having, I just melted it a bit smaller. What size magnet I was trying, hoping to get away with baby ones. Oh, that wasn't glued in. See. How that super glue hasn't gone off is shocking. That should go off a lot quicker than that. I do have something for that to work though. If there is one thing from the building trade, I do know what I do know about. And that's it. So that kept coming out. It's not, well, it's just not sticking like it should. For me. Bit too cold. I am trying to get these level so the contact at a later date is also a level. I'm just going to spray it on top. Activator, that's all it is. Take blue roll. Blue roll is key. I think so. What do you think, Jem? Do you use a lot of blue roll when you're doing your stuff, or are you pretty neat? Typically neat, but it's everywhere. Check where I buy it. It's okay. Okay. So these are possibly going to be strong enough. There'll be a super glue to them. Sweet. So I've merely just made those holes a bit bigger, cut it off flat along the edge, and pushing them in, sliding them off. And I'm just making sure they look fairly flat, and I'm going to drop some super glue in just at the top, and then I'm going to spray them off as before. It's hard. Maybe I need the other side being a lefty. Kind of makes sense, but no. That bridge is gone. Bridge is gone. And then once again, I'm just going to give this a spray. Like it's not on anything. It's not on the floor. It's barely on the model. Just activate as key. Kitchen roll, blue roll. Kitchen roll, blue roll. And safety roll. And that is perfectly fine for contact. They're heavy. That shouldn't lift. That's a small magnet. I don't want to be picking that up. But across the floor when you're throwing stuff together, perfect. I'm being quite rough with that, and it'll break. But get some, perfect. Bigger magnets would be absolutely fine for it. Got the lighter one lifts the bigger one. That's with 2 magnets in. Two baby magnets as well. But you know, foam floor tiles really good. Just for locking stuff up together, pretty good. You can feel it in the connection. Once again, I think the big magnets are going to come through here and play a completely different role. But with it being able to get melted, that's what can happen. Non-oils are notorious for spilling. Well, that is something that Army Painter paints and Vallejo paints. I never spill them because of the topper bottles. But I hear you. The amount of non-oils, Agrax Earthshade for me when I was doing that. But bottles just all over the place. And they're not cheap. I hear you. I do hear you. Right, interesting. Okay. So I can feel the magnety in that. It's good. It's going to hold something together. But I'm going to go out, or I'm going to go. Oh, these other magnets I found same as the big ones. So now I'm going to try the big one. I'm going to try the big ones. On the big ones. And then I promise only glue everywhere. Only 10 more minutes of me yabbering, then it'll be done. This is just a quick online. Let's get stuff done. I've got stuff done. I've got stuff magnetized. And I might video how I'm just gonna top off the magnets and spray over them, and because I really will hit that hard. It's one thing I've noticed with the videos and the cameras and everything. It's hard to move as fluently. I mean, if I had cameras out the way and stuff, I could afford a set like that on the overhead. Easier for sure, because you're not trying to knock anything or get anything or pull anything. But you know, working on it. That's why I'm going to transfer them into tipper bottles. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I remember you saying, actually. I remember you saying. It's a good idea. Top left, bottom right, making sure it's all right. Suppose with a big magnet, if I really wanted to, but it ruins the print right in the center. You just put a couple of big ones in there, or maybe just along the bottom. Who knows? I think you're always better with locking, but we'll see. But yeah, tipper bottles, that is the way forward. Oh, they're bigger holes. Hang on. These may just fit. Anyway. Nah, full of... I was wrong. But yeah, it is. It's weird to work. Normally working so much faster, but it's fun. And still getting stuff done. Still good fun. Come on, bad boy. Heat up. And all I'm doing is I'm just aiming for the middle of the middle as well. A couple of mil. If it can affect that much. So be it. And I'm just trying to lightly push against. If you can see that, that's hard. It's hard to see, I'm aware. I'm just trying to push against it and not flick it anywhere else. Like my beard. Don't want plastic in my beard tonight. Might serve me right, but it's not what I want. And so there we go, just burning these holes up bit by bit. Once you get a feel for the size of something. But yeah, here we go. For the last 10 minutes, I'll just show 7, 8 minutes, countdown. I'll just show the burning into here. Oof. Maybe I'm being too careful. And quite big magnets, to be fair. Looks easy to clean up too with a dab of paint. Absolutely. This, like I was saying at the beginning, you build your scenery, you know how you put it together, you know what you've used to cover whatever it is you've covered up. And it is so easy to do. I mean, you could argue, you've spent 2 hours messing about, but you know, stuff's magnetized, stuff ain't gonna fall next time, even if I was to leave it like this, which I won't. Like I say, this will probably all get done in an hour, especially when you know something. You just go ahead and choose, but never stall. It's scenery. I mean, if you've bought WizKids or some Dwarven Forge and you're thinking of drilling holes into it and sticking it all over the place, that's on you. But because I can imagine that could get very heartbreaking very quickly. Yeah, see, burn my hand off, or imprint something into my arm. It's just about getting the shape, I've noticed with these, and that's it. Don't press, you've got to keep it moving, the end of an iron. If you leave it in one place too long, it will just will stick to it. Pardon me, hiccups. And they'll press in, and once again a bit of super glue on it. Once you're happy with it, I wonder if the little ones will click to the big ones. It pulled the big one out of its loose place, but will do when I use the polarity the right way. Like so. Super glue them in there just to prove something, nothing, just to make sure, I guess, the right way. Careful with magnets too, you could end up picking your knife up. Get that glue on. Use something non-metallic to move it, or something metallic just to bring it forward. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it does. Nice. That may be on me, that one. I may not have put that back as much as I thought that I had, but it's okay. Like I say, all these are easy fixes at any point in time. Do that, a bit dry up. Oh. And then those ones are the same. That pulls it a bit better being big, but as you see, that one's not glued in properly. No bother, no stress, just get it glued. Bottle. So what we're saying is bigger ones with bigger ones are even better than bigger ones with little ones, little ones with little ones. Yeah. Bigger ones with bigger ones are way better. That nearly picks that up. Not quite though. But if it was bigger ones on the other side, possibly. I don't know. I will find out and put it all into a video and have that video edited. But Jem, you've been a star as always. Thank you for hanging out. And anybody watching the replay on this, I hope you've just had fun just building something or doing something yourself, sat down, painting, gluing, putting stuff together, just not on your own, listening to whatever and being cool. So it's easy to clean up too. Thank you very much. And don't forget, I do have a proper edited video with intro and everything on the speed paints tomorrow at 8 on how I did these guys. Enjoy, take care, Bye bye. Wang them on. Wang them on. That'll be that. Stronger magnets into there. I think. And then a little presentation. Okay, cool. It's not going to take long. It's not going to take long at all. So